And what's up, everybody? This is Terminator Juice, and this is the Super Smash Bros. Discussion podcast. I'll be the host for the evening, but I'm joined by some special guests. Looking forward to this all week, and it's finally here. So before we go into introductions, I just wanted to throw this out. Um, I want everybody to evaluate themselves with their Smash skill on a scale of 0 to 100. 100 being you could finish top 10 at like a Evo any championships or some competition. So
Whoa.
don't give yourself 100. Um, just to start it off, I'm gonna give myself about a 25 right now. I'm really rusty. Just picked up Brawl, playing with the classic controller, and I'm feeling my skills aren't where they need to be. I'm hoping to be closer to a 60 by the time the 3DS and Wii U versions come out. So with that in mind, we'll go to the introductions here. We'll start off with my co-host on my weekly series, The Juice is Loose, Derek Steelfox. Why don't you give your introduction, and also who's your favorite Smash character, give your score, and then just a brief history of your experience with Smash.
All right, I will try and sum that up as quickly as possible. Hey, everybody. New emblem, courtesy of T-Juice. I couldn't figure out what to put, so he said, well, why don't you just do a Metal Fox, which was brilliant. I don't know why I didn't think about that. But Fox is not my favorite character, but I do like all the games. I'd say my favorite in the most recent game, I change characters a lot, but I'm going to go with Olimar just because I know a lot of, I don't see him used a lot, and I really like playing as him. Plus, he can be, well, he's pretty impressive. I would give myself a 79, a modest 79. If you're looking for history, I definitely started with the 64 version. Was terrible at the game, probably the worst Smash Brothers player I've ever seen in my life. I've never introduced anybody to the game that was near as bad as I was when I picked this up. I mean, I remember me and my friend playing it, and we were excited when a level 3 computer was finally off the edge, probably by their own design. We could not. I mean, it was such a new style of game. You know, we used to rent it and just play it for hours and hours. Terrible at it, but it just built from there. We never stopped playing it.
Cool. And what do you think's your most played game, just real quick, out of the 3 that are out?
Melee.
Okay. All right, next we'll go to New World Order for Life. I know you said you're not a huge Smash fan, but why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, give your score, how you feel your skill is, your favorite character, and just which game you've played the most.
Oh, well, it's not that I'm not a fan. I mean, I have pre-orders right now, the one for 3DS and Wii U. So I'm a fan. I'm just not, I've never gotten really into the technical, like tournament aspect of it, where you play professionally or anything like that.
Okay.
But I have, the original Smash Brothers on the N64. It's actually in my N64 right now under my TV. I've got Brawl for the Wii, and I also used to play Melee all the time with my friend at his house. So, I mean, I've always considered myself pretty good at the game because we always have, like, epic battles. So, I'd probably rate myself anywhere from, like, a 60 to 65, something like that.
Okay. And do you have a favorite character that you use?
In the original, I always used Link, Luigi, and Pikachu. In Melee, I stick with Link and I believe Captain Falcon and Mewtwo. And then in Brawl, I love Luigi. Pretty much it, just like Luigi and Link and some other characters that I pretty much used before. So.
All right, I figured you'd like Link, being the Zelda fan that you are. So, Leo, I know you're on here as your other account, but I'm going to call you Leo. Why don't you go through your favorite character, give yourself a rating, and which games you've played the most, I guess, out of the 3.
Well, honestly, first and foremost, the best game and most popular game I've had in my possession, out of the 3 was Melee because I had a brother that played as Mario, and if anybody's been listening with the other podcast, you know my favorite character of all time in any video game is Luigi. So I played with Luigi since N64. I dropped Fox or whatever back in N64. I played with Link and Luigi. Then Melee, I went to Link, Luigi, and that was it. And then now Brawl, I main Luigi. Drop Link, he's trash. Um, I play with a whole lot of backup people like Falco. You know, you'll catch the trend. I don't play Fox. I play Falco. I play Wolf, and my favorite Pokemon is Lucario. And I used to think I was good until I got my eyes opened by a close friend, and he said that he's been to tournaments and stuff, and he basically took me up under his wing and showed me the game mechanics. I would say I'm about an 85, so my skills are. I can now teach my girl how to play too, so I'm a huge Smash fan now. Plus,
All
it's
right.
a fighting game, so that's all up my alley.
So we'll have to see. You and Derek will have to face off some point when the new game comes out. Your scores are pretty close.
All of us blended.
Yeah. All right. And last but not least, we got Francis from Player Essence. Why don't you go through it and give us your history and score and your favorite character?
Sure, I'll go ahead and start with my history. I've been playing Smash Bros. Since the N64 one. I was no good at it, but I thought I was, like most people. They think that they're good at Smash for the most part, but until you play competitively, until you check it out, all that, you don't really know how good you are. But I played Smash on the 64. I played Melee. I played Brawl. I loved all of them, and I have all of them. My favorite is Brawl, I think. Melee has some good things. Brawl has some good things. Overall, I just like Smash Bros. It doesn't matter which one I'm playing. I like them all. So. As far as a score, what I'd give myself, I would probably say I'm about a 80. That's what I probably really am, but my confidence is 100. my confidence is 100. I feel that I can beat anybody in Smash Bros. With Wolf, only with Wolf, and not Melee, just Brawl. Melee, I know that I'm not as good as the players, but Brawl, I think I can take just about anybody with Wolf. I've been in tournaments before, local grassroots tournaments, nothing like huge, and I've won a few when I was in college at Fresno State. We had tournaments there with the whole school and everything, and I've won a lot of those and stuff like that. There was a GameStop tournament. I've won that before, so that's not at the level that some of these other guys play. But like I said, I'm probably 80 for real, maybe 75, but my confidence is 100 in Brawl. Don't know if it's going to be like that in Smash Bros. 4 though, so we'll see.
All right, so I feel like I'm definitely the weak link here, but that's kind of why I wanted to have other people to discuss it that are better than me. So let's get started with this. Francis, you played the game. You played the 3DS and the Wii U version. I don't think any of the others here have played at the Best Buy event. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I got a list of new characters and stuff I want to go through. But before we get to that, does anyone think that the official title is going to be Super Smash Brothers for Wii U and for 3DS? Does anyone here think that that's the final name?
Yeah, that's definitely the 100% final name.
That's the final name. I wasn't 100%. Derek kind of doubted it, but I saw the box art and I honestly couldn't believe that that's as simple as they went. They didn't even use the number 4 . They just spelled it out, FOR. So how do you guys feel about that name? Do you think they should have put a subtitle or like Brawl and Melee? We'll start with Leo. How do you feel about the name being just for Wii U and for 3DS?
Honestly, I don't want to get on my soapbox. I don't want to embarrass myself in front of Francis. By just straight getting on my soapbox and gushing because it's too early. But I will tell you that it is completely lazy, and it lacks originality, and it lacks the luster that what the game had. Now, obviously, it doesn't affect the content in the game, but I do think that they could have did a better job with that. They did drop the ball, but I think the box art itself covers for it, if that makes any sense. So,
yeah, the box art's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so it really doesn't matter. So it's no point. But that's all I got to say on it.
All right, anyone else? I'll go. I think I'm agreeing with Leo that I thought it was kind of a cop out to make that the title, but it's not going to affect the game. It's just kind of a bummer that they couldn't come up with something cooler than what they did. It's the 4th Smash game. They could have used the wordplay more than maybe that's what they were thinking with the 4 Wii U and 4 3DS, but I would have liked to see them do something a little different. But it's not going to take away from anything. The box art's amazing. But Derek, do you have any feelings on the title now that I think you were the one that doubted that was the official title? But
Well, it just seems so odd. Like you said, they didn't even put the number 4. It just extremely odd. I still can't even believe it that they went this route. It seemed like a missed opportunity. I can't really disagree with what Leo was saying as usual.
Yeah,
There's
we're
so
not.
many different things they could have done. But of course, it won't ruin the game. Not at all.
No, it's just an odd choice. So, Mike, any feelings on the title?
Yeah, it's just a marketing mistake. Nintendo's done this before, where they don't stay consistent with their titles. So, like everybody said, it's not going to ruin the game. It's just going to make the game stand out, in a odd way from all the other Smash Bros. Titles that will come out in the future.
Yeah, and, Francis, you probably don't have that much to say. I just wanted to bring it up because no one's talked about this. I haven't heard one person talk about it, and I didn't even know it was 100% the official title. So I didn't know there was any chance that they were just going to wait till the last minute to announce it. So I guess, what's your feelings? Do you have anything else to add that we haven't already said?
Oh, well, are you talking to me or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think I'm actually disagreeing a little bit. I think it's actually pretty easy to see why they did this because there's 2 versions. There's one for the 3DS and there's one for the Wii U. And what everybody complains about is that like they make mistakes as far as marketing goes, and as far as people don't know whether it's for Wii U or if it's for 3DS, and kids or parents would get confused. So it's pretty. I mean, Sakurai could have easily came up with the name. I mean, I don't think that was the problem. What it was is that they didn't want there to be confusion from whether you're the 3DS version or whether it's the Wii U version. So they just made it simple for everybody for 3DS.
I
or
guess
Wii U.
that's a good way to look at it.
I think somebody said it's a marketing mistake. That was actually they actually intentionally did that so there's no marketing for no confusion. So that's my personal take on it. It's so they make it to where there's no confusion. When you want the Wii U version, you get the Wii U version. 3DS version, you get the 3DS version. So that's my take.
Yeah, I mean they could have still been like Super Smash Brothers, Brawl for Wii U, Brawl. It probably wouldn't have changed anything. So yeah, now that I've actually brought it up, it wasn't that big of an issue. So we'll move on to the characters. The more important aspects of this game, are the characters, and it's all about balancing and stuff. And they seem to have to up the ante each time with the increase in characters. The original had 12, Melee had 26, Brawl had 37. I think this one's slated to 40, I believe, right around 40 or 41. So we got 11 new characters right now, with probably a couple more to come. I'm just going to read through the list, and then we'll just kind of talk about some of the new fighters that we're getting. I think most people know these, but I'm just going to read them off just to refresh people's memory. We got Mega Man, Villager, the Wii Fit Trainer, Rosalina and Luma, Little Mac, Greninja, Palutena, the Mii Fighters, which has 3 classes, the Brawler, Gunner, Sword Fighter. And then we had Pac-Man, Lucina, and Robin. Those last 2 were just recently announced. It's a pretty good selection of new characters. Some people are a little upset that certain characters didn't get revealed, but they could still be. So let's start with the first that last year at E3 they showed Mega Man, Villager, and Wii Fit Trainer. So let's start with those 3 and get people's thoughts on those. The character design, the move. If you can remember the move sets, I haven't seen Mega Man being played in a long time, or Villager. So just give your impressions of those 3 new characters. We'll start with Derek. Go ahead and give your thoughts on that.
All right, Villager, Mega Man, and Wii Fit Trainer, right?
Yep.
All right, Mega Man. I don't think there's a single Nintendo fan out there that's disappointed to see that guy come in here. He's awesome. I'm really excited to see him. The Villager, the Animal Crossing series has been doing really well. So of course I'm really glad they got a rep. It looks like he has some unique moves. It's definitely something different to the game. Wii Fit Trainer, you kind of know how I feel about that one. I really don't care how much money Wii Fit made for the Wii. I think that's a I don't know. That's really important to me.
Hey, your mic's breaking up there. You're getting kind of quiet there at the end, but we'll move to the next person if you can try to sort that out. Leo, why don't you go through your feelings on Mega Man Villager and the Wii Fit Trainer?
Well, I'm just gonna lead off and be point blank period. You'll never see me play with Wii Fit Trainer. She looks too stiff. She looks like she looks stiff. She looks lame. She looks like the final smash is very telegraphed on. It's really looks like it's really easy to dodge or whatever. Doesn't punish you. Doesn't give you any drawback. Kind of like like with Samus's final smash and Mario's final smash. So it doesn't look like it'll punish you very, very hard or whatever. Villager, not really interested. It seems like you have to do a whole lot of setting up, and the only time I want to be setting up things is in Pokemon, if you understand what I'm saying. And Mega Man, y'all already know I'm in love with Mega Man, the Mega Man franchise, so therefore I will be picking him up. I have been looking on YouTube. It does look like he has a steep learning curve. But if you know how to use them or whatever, and I do so love, and I know every Robot Master. I don't even have to know which ones they put in. I just need to know his attacks, and I know that Flame Man in U.S. with Flame Man in Japan, like Metal Man with the gears, all like I know all of that. Spark Man's is up B, his up A. Yeah, like I love it. I love how they did that. The only thing that I think they should have did, and I kind of hope they do, is that every Robot Master that he has or whatever needs to have like that exact color scheme or whatever that he changed to in actual games or whatever, and have that as a swap of colors, whatever. That'd be freaking awesome. But other than that, that's just like something small. It's not a deal breaker at all. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna include something like that. But so I'm very excited.
So I think real quick, I think some of the skins actually have that, like some of his extra color swaps, Mega Man's.
Okay, cool. Because beating it'd be cool to have a random with it, but also would be cool to be like, hey, like Heat Man was yellow shirt, red hands, stuff like that. That'd be amazing. Flame. Flame Man as well. It was the same. But yeah, that'd be great.
So needless to say, you're excited for Mega Man.
Yes.
All right, Francis, what's your take on? You may even played with some of these, but
I played with all three at E3.
Yeah. So what's your take on them?
Sure. I'll start with the Wii Fit Trainer. I was actually thinking she was lame too, but when you pick her up, she's actually very agile and nimble, and she's strong. She's actually really strong. Her moves, when you see her, she floats kind of through the air, but she's very quick, and her side smash is very good power. She's not a super light character. She's somewhere in the middle, as far as her weight and stuff like that goes. So it's not like she's going to get knocked out very easy. If you watch the Invitational, the person who picked Wii Fit Trainer actually did really good. That's the one thing that I noticed with her. She's a lot better than you would think when you actually use her. Her Sun Salutation, she has a really unique move to where she can charge it like that, then it actually gets stronger. So I actually like Wii Fit Trainer. I was down on her at the beginning, but then when you start using her, she's actually pretty good. I did get her Final Smash one time, and it pushes people back. It's actually better than Mario's Final Smash. Really? Mario's sucks though, so I don't know how much that's saying, but hers is actually better from what I've experienced. So I only saw it once though, and I got hit with it once, and I died. So that's my experience with Wii Fit Trainer. I was actually up on her. What were the other two characters you said? Villager?
Yep. Okay.
Villager is actually pretty cool too. What I like about the Villager is if you're playing with items, the Villager, the male or female, you can swap it. She has a pocket move to where you can just grab items, and the hitbox on there, the timing doesn't have to be super precise. Mm-hmm. You can just grab anything, like bombs, anything. You can just grab it and then just toss it. So it's actually really cool with the Villager. And then that little rocket thing that you can get on, like a little tree rocket, that's actually a really good move as well. And the Villager's recovery is awesome with the balloons. So I think a lot of people are going to use the Villager just because he's a really weird character. and that tree. If you get people with that tree, like you plant it and you have to water it, so it takes some time and you have to do a couple chops. But if you hit somebody with that tree, dude, it is freaking beastly. So I'm actually kind of up on the villager too. At first I was like, whatever, villager, but after using the villager at E3, I actually thought the villager was cool. Really light though, so he is gonna get knocked out.
Yeah.
You know. And then the last character you said was Mega Man. So I used Mega Man, and the learning curve is steep, but you just have to learn. Like usually, I'm a up close fighter. I like using non-ranged fighters, and Mega Man is a ranged fighter. You've got to keep medium distance because he can't shoot across the whole screen. So you kind of have to keep people at bay because he doesn't punch and kick. He just uses his blaster when you're on the ground, and then when you jump up in the air, you have your other stuff. So I wasn't as high on Mega Man as I was Villager and Wii Fit Trainer when I used them. I was excited, but Mega Man just takes a little bit of time, so for me to get used to. He's just not my style of character, but Mega Man's cool though.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are excited for him, but they might not end up wanting to use them if learning curve.
That's what the whole line was saying when everybody was using Mega Man. Like that didn't play out the way that I thought it. Mega Man wasn't winning any of the T-shirt matches. Like Mega Man I was destroying Mega Man with Greninja. So.
All right. Mike, what's your feelings on those three characters from what you've seen in the character reveals and watching some of the gameplay that you've seen?
Right. I don't care how good the Wii Fit Trainer is. I'm most likely not going to play it because I have no attachment to that character. Aesthetically, it just doesn't appeal to me, so I won't use it. But from what I saw as the trainer, it looks like that the Wii Fit Trainer is very athletic, agile. That fast movement and correct me if I'm wrong, but she has a counter move, right? Like kind of like a a down B counter thing where she'll reverse and attack back at the opponent or something.
Francis, does a Wii Fit Trainer have a counter?
I'm not sure. I don't remember after using my playtime. I was just doing her side smash and her sun salutation.
Yeah, I think it's one of her dance styles or something, if I remember correctly, that she does a hula hoop or something, or some kind of move where she dodges and turns the damage back at the attacker. I don't know, but either way, I would think that she's like an agile type that is really good with staying her up B, to escape getting blown off the map. She's probably really good with that, and she's probably got some strong hits. But I mean, aesthetically, I just wouldn't want to use her. It doesn't appeal to me. As far as Villager goes, I don't even play Animal Crossing, but Villager appeals to me because his moves look so interesting. Like a rocket, you can not only fire the rocket in a smash attack, but you can also ride it, to use it to escape, falling off the map. And the balloon recovery is awesome, and like Francis was saying, the tree, if you have three people fighting below you or something, and you're on a cliff and they're not looking at you, you could get a nice three hit combo with that. Or maybe you can do two chops, and then leave the tree, and then people forget about it, and then just do one chop and then next to it, it's cool. It's more strategic with Villager, and that pocket dimension thing. If I'm not mistaken, can he catch people's powers with it? So Pikachu tried to thunderbolt into something, he could stop it, right?
Yeah, he can. The Villager can pocket any projectile.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So his moveset would make me really interested in using him. Even though I don't have any familiarity with him with the Animal Crossing franchise, just his moveset is enough to get me to want to play him. As far as Mega Man goes, and the Villager's smash move is he builds a house or whatever around them, and I think it explodes and sends everybody flying off the map. I saw it on the treehouse. Pretty good.
His final smash is good. It's a good final smash, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of good things about Villager. With Mega Man, I played pretty much all the Mega Man games. just the fact that you can charge his Buster is like enough for me to want to play him. you know. And I think it'll probably be customizable, where you could make the Buster, fly across the map. Because I thought I did see in one of the Treehouse videos that it flew across the map, or in one of the trailers or whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but
Yeah, you're right about that. The custom moves, you might be able to make his Buster fly across, but it's not going to be anywhere near as powerful. And of course, you can't use that character online.
Right.
His Buster actually has smash power. So if you fully charge it and you hit somebody with it, it's actually like doing a smash attack. So that's what kind of makes Mega Man deadly if you can get used to that.
Right. I mean, he's got a bunch of like when the enemies get closer, you can use the flame move to get them away from you, and he's got the slash claw. So he's got a couple of melee type attacks that you just don't use them like regular melee controls, right? You got to use them with the specials.
Yeah, well, some of them, like, you can only activate it while he's in the air and stuff. Like, some of them are only in the air, some of them are his specials. I mean, really, the only real, like, physical attack he has when he's on the ground, like, regular smash, is, like, his running, like, little spin dodge that he does. That actually has a little bit of knockback when you hit him with the last one, so...
Top man with the spin.
yeah, it's a nice spin. It's really cool. He, like, just pirouettes around and just smashes you at the end, so that's cool.
I mean, just the nostalgia factor alone on Mega Man, the fact that every move he has is a move from one of his games, that's just epic. And I think he's worth a while to invest in his character and try to learn and get his play style down, just for amazing sight of it all. Seeing all the different abilities from all the robot masters and stuff.
Yeah,
But, and his Smash. Final Smash is awesome, where you get Mega Man X, Mega Man .exe, and then Mega Man from that Star, I forget what he was called.
Mega Man Star Force, and then Mega Man Donut. Yeah.
Yeah, and Mega Man Legends, right, yeah. And you get all of them, like, in Final Smash together doing that. It's really cool, and it's not that easy to dodge. I mean, it makes like a black hole type of thing. So unless they, dodge and boost out of there, they should pretty much get caught in it, in that black hole suction type of thing. So I don't know. I'm really looking forward to playing as Mega Man. It's one of the reasons, why I'm so excited for the game, because Mega Man is just amazing, and no matter how deep the learning curve, I'm going to try.
Yeah, that's. I think there's gonna be a lot of people try Mega Man, right away. We'll see who gets good at them and who doesn't. But just real quick, I wanted to give my thoughts. I'm one of the few. I'm kind of excited to try Wii Fit Trainer. I'm more of an elusive player. Like, I don't like to get in and attack constantly. So her ability to evade and stuff looks promising to me. I never played Wii Fit, so I have no personal connection there. But it just looks like a unique character, and I don't think a lot of people are going to want to use her, but if she's as good as Francis says, there'll probably be more people using her than we think.
She's good. I'll just tell you that right now. She's really good.
If she's got a down B counter, that's my game right there. So with Marth, so that's intriguing to me. Villager, I never played Animal Crossing either, just like Mike. But his moves do look cool. I see that being a Derek Steelfox character all the way. He likes those unique characters with these moves that just annoy the piss out of you. like that, what is he, dig in a hole, and all his other ones with the tree and stuff. So I see Derek using Villager, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I see him.
No, he looks really cool, so it's definitely possible.
I could see you just like with your Olimar, just getting my blood pressure up trying to play you. Mega Man, just like everyone said, he's just a classic character. The character design for Mega Man, I think they chose the right design. He looks perfect, the best he's ever looked, and I'm excited to try him, but it might not be anyone I'm good at. I'm still learning the game. And I played Melee for a long time, but it's been so long getting back into Brawl. Marth seems to be the character that I'm gravitating towards, right now. So some of the other new characters are looking a little intriguing to me. With that, we'll move on to the next batch. We got Rosalina, we got Little Mac, and we got Greninja. They all look pretty interesting, and they're all completely different, just like the other three. So we'll go to Derek. If your mic sounded all right, so we'll go back to you. You want to talk about Rosalina, Little Mac, and Greninja, if you can? Go ahead.
All right. As any Nintendo fan should be, I enjoy the Pokemon games. That said, I've been unable to play most of the new ones since I haven't purchased any handheld games. So I am not familiar with Greninja, though he looks awesome based on the gameplay I've seen. He looks just really fun to play as. Definitely someone I'll try out. Little Mac, kind of a unique idea they've taken with how he builds up power and how he fights. He looks really tough. Classic game. Definitely someone I'm glad to see come into the game. And the first Rosalina there, she's become pretty popular. I really wasn't too sure about her because they announced her a while ago, and I wasn't too sure. I know she was kind of in Galaxy, but now they put her in, 3D World and Mario Kart. She's definitely becoming an icon, and just, she looks fun to play. So I'm pretty excited for all three of those characters.
All right, yeah. I don't think they have any bad characters that they've announced so far, other than some people would say Wii Fit trainers. But those ones are definitely some solid ones. Francis, why don't you go ahead and talk about those? I know you like Greninja. You've talked about it many times. So is he going to be your guy for?
Yeah. Right now he's my guy. Greninja is pretty freaking awesome. But I'll get back to him. I just want to go on. Rosalina and Luma was not playable at E3. So
that's right.
Yeah, Rosalina was just not playable. But Bill Trinan used Rosalina today, and he was beating tournament players, Scar and Tove. He was beating them with Rosalina and Luma, and he's pretty beastly with her. That Luma, you can attack like people. You can be attacking two people at the same time. So that Rosalina, and she's heavy. That's one thing that you guys have to know. Rosalina is not a light character. She's like a heavy character.
Oh,
like
she's huge.
Yeah, she's really tall and she's heavy, and her recovery is just insane. She just like blasts like off. So she has massive recovery. She can take hits. She can charge that Luma, and that Luma has distance, and she can fight two people at the same time. She's definitely going to be a force. So I'm looking forward to seeing her. What was the other character other than Greninja? You said Little Mac, right?
Little Mac, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got plenty of playtime with Little Mac. Little Mac is the ultimate like double-edged sword, and when I mean double-edged sword, like the biggest, sharpest sword that you can think of. He's amazing. He is amazing on the ground. You will literally destroy people with him on the ground. But the minute you get into an air battle or trying to recover, this is where Little Mac just really just fails and like fails really bad. His recovery is bad. He has no air game when it comes to countering or comboing and stuff like that. And good matchups for, like, let's say a Greninja who has really good aerial movement, and even like Rosalina and Luma, people that can really just manipulate you and get you in the air and combo you up are going to have a field day with Little Mac. So really what you have to do is stages, where it's flat, where there's not much moving and stuff, he's going to be good. So Final Destination, but there's going to be a lot of ledge guarding with Little Mac. There's going to be a lot of air comboing. Like, people are going to get frustrated with this dude's recovery and complete lack of air game. So that's my take on him. But you will knock people out like crazy though with him. Like, but he'll get knocked out too. He's light. He's lighter than Wii Fit Trainer. So I mean, so you're going to get knocked out as well. And finally with Greninja. Awesome. Greninja is just completely awesome. He has a really cool down air. What he does is he actually like flips off your head. Like, it's like Chun-Li. You guys remember Chun-Li Street Fighter?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Bounces off your head. That's Greninja. When you hit them, he'll bounce off, and like you can combo up with that. He also has his charge special where he like charges a water shuriken, and if you get it fully charged, it has smash power to where you can hit. It's not like great, but it's good. His forward smashes are 2 water blades, and those are pretty strong. To me, he's like the new age Wolf, and that's why I think Wolf isn't going to be in. I really think that's like the spirit of Wolf is in Greninja, so I think Wolf's not getting in because of Greninja, but his speed and mobility is good. He's not as fast as Sheik, but he's a little bit below there, and his recovery reminds me of Pikachu's, where he kind of does like a 2-move thing. That's kind of what his recovery is, and it's like it's medium. It's not the best, but it's not bad. Overall, Greninja is my favorite character so far. Really happy with him. Love his aerial game. Love his specials. He has a counter. He does the substitute.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. So yeah, that's looking like my main right now. But there's still more characters. So so we're gonna talk about that. So.
All right, and Mike, what's your feelings on those 3 characters?
Rosalina, you know, she looks amazing because she can attack the enemy from distance. Like, you know, and like Frank was saying, she fights people at once. And she has that gravity move, that arc gravity thing, which allows her to pull in items to herself. So, like, if there are recovery items nearby and someone's trying to grab them, she can pull them into her. Or if there's like a attack coming her way, she can arc gravity and make the attack go around her, something to that effect. So she looks like a pretty broken character so far. I think, you know, I'm definitely excited to play with her. But her final smash looks stupid. Makes a star like in the middle of the level, and you know, it just shoots like small stars around.
It's not good.
Yeah.
it's not
probably
good.
Gonna have to use her final smash on a ledge or something, in order for it to be effective.
There's one good thing that I will say about the final smash. At the end of it, it kind of like blows up. But the blast radius on the blow up is really small. If you get hit with that last one, it'll knock you out. But it's just tough because the blast zone is pretty small.
Yeah. So Little Mac, he looks, you know, really fun to play. Just because, like, you know, you just, you know, knocking people out left and right, the boxer on the ground. So that should be a lot of fun. And he's got that, you know, the KO meter. The more damage it takes, you can, you know, you can do a punch that'll put Captain Falcon's punch to shame. You know, like you can knock anybody out in one shot. So that's awesome. His recovery is gonna suck, and I think I heard that his final smash sucks too, right? Like it's he becomes like this bigger version of himself.
Gigamac.
Yeah,
Is
Gigamac. Yeah.
Is he like slower, something like as Gigamac? Like pretty sad.
Yeah, he looks really slow.
He's a bit slower, but he's not real slow, and his punches are quick. So I mean, you can get some good knockouts. I mean, Mac's already strong, you know. So Gigamac's even stronger. So you can knock people out at 40, like 30, 40. You can, if you get clean hits on them, they're out of here.
I loved his video when they first introduced him. I think he was the first character to actually get a video.
Rosalina kind of had. It was in with the
Mario Kart.
Correct?
Yeah,
it was the Mario Kart intro.
Oh, so maybe he's the second character then. But he was epic. He had an epic. They brought the trainer back with him from the NES days, and it's just awesome. Like I'm really excited to play the game. You know, even though his air is bad, you know, it won't matter if you're kicking ass on the ground. So. Then third person, what were we talking about again?
Greninja.
I thought that Greninja looked like a character that would be like Sheik, you know, really fast and quick hits and, you know, just with projectiles thrown in. But Francis seems to imply that he's like a heavy hitter type of character like Wolf, right?
He's a medium type character. Like I said, I'd like to compare him to Wolf. He's not super strong to where he can just like he's not like an Ike or anything like that. He's a little bit stronger than Sheik, but he's not like a super heavy hitter. But he can definitely knock people out. He can hold his own, just kind of like Wolf, just kind of like an all around good thing, you know, good game. But he does have very quick hits. He has like a combo hit, like where you tap A, like repeated fast hits. He is fast, just not as fast as Sheik.
Nice. Yeah, he sounds fun. I definitely want to use him. And I actually have Greninja in Pokemon X. He was my starter that I picked. So
nice.
And so I'm excited to play with him in the game. I love how his water shuriken looks, and you know his water powers or whatever. So you know, he's fast and you know, has like this. Does he have like a complicated air style that isn't hard to learn?
What'd you say?
Is his hairstyle is it hard to learn? Like, is it complicated?
No, he's an extremely easy character to learn. Just because everything he does is really standard. I mean, he has his counter, he has his multiple hits that you can do that are quick. Really, his air game consists to just jumping off people's heads, and just like holding down and going faster than comboing them up like back into the air. Like he has this kick, yeah, like he has this hit where you can hit people up. So I mean, he's really easy to. I mean, I picked him up and I won a T-shirt on that first match, like where I where I used him, So I mean, I picked him up and played. He's really easy to pick up and play with.
Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely excited. Looking forward to playing with Greninja. So.
All right, so we'll go to Leo here. Let's get your thoughts on those three characters.
All right, Rosalina, I'm not going to say she's broken. I really do think that, people need to take a chill pill and kind of research the word broken in fighting games. This is a new style of play. Doesn't mean she's broken. And I'm pretty sure that if you punish the Luma, I'm pretty sure has a time where you can't come back, or you know what I'm saying, where you can't come back and you just can't summon up another one. Otherwise, that's broken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but, I think you're right.
Yeah, so, and obviously otherwise it wouldn't be different colors and stuff like that, But obviously the Luma's, of course, damage is lower, of course. Seems like a person that I could learn, but I would only learn it so therefore I could teach somebody else, if you get what I'm saying. Like, because I don't know if y'all are fighting game connoisseurs or whatever, but me personally, I enjoy teaching people how to play fighting games as well as just playing them in general, because it makes me get better too, makes me comprehend the game a little bit more, a little bit deeper. So I would enjoy learning how to play as her, so if I can teach her to somebody. But Little Mac, I'm gonna tell you, Little Mac is a character that looks really shiny to me, really, really shiny, kind of like a shiny Pokemon, but no perks at all to me, none, absolutely none. And I mean, I'm not being hard on him or anything. I just think that he's good to a certain extent. Because you put him up to a person like somebody who has air priority, like Luigi or Marth or whatever, and I will say Luigi before Marth because I've had tons of trouble with Marth, and I see Marth in my nightmares since Brawl. Like you just you get him in the air, whatever. It's over. All you gotta do is just do old school, just juggling or whatever. But eventually, you're gonna have to come down and let him reset. But as long as you run away from him and stay up in the air, the match is yours. But what was now Greninja? Oh man, there we go with a Pokemon starter I had. As long as he isn't got the same type of stats that you get hit once with a super effective attack and he's done, like in the game. As long as it's not like that in competitive battles, we're good. But if Francis is saying he's really good, he's really good. So, and obviously his weight is heavier than Sonic, and because he's slower than Sonic, so we should be alright.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, I pretty much Greninja out of those three is the one that looks like I could have a good time learning and have a good chance of getting good at. Little Mac, I think, is going to be out of my. I think it requires maybe more skilled players to be able to pick up Little Mac. I don't think I'd have a chance. But I love his character design. I love his movesets. They look really cool. He's a unique entry into the series. And then Rosalina and Luma, that one would be, I would try, but I'm not thinking, just from what I'm seeing, I'm not thinking it's going to be a character that I'm going to be able to get good at. But, like I said earlier, I'm still learning, and I'm hoping to improve my skills by the time the new game comes out. But just to say what Mike was saying, the reveal for Little Mac was awesome, and as we get down the list, the reveals just seem to get better and better. The way that they're introducing these new characters. So we'll go on to the next three. Palutena, who also was shown at E3, but this year the Mii Fighters and Pac-Man, which was shown in that roundtable afterwards. I'm going to start here. Palutena, I didn't know who that was. I've never played a Kid Icarus or the original or the Uprising. Wasn't familiar with her, but she looks like her character design looks great, and her movesets looked interesting. You know, her, I guess, connections to Pit, they showed the Dark Pit at the end, which who knows what that'll mean, but it looks like an interesting character, but I have no background with her, so it's probably not somebody I would gravitate towards. The Mii Fighters, that could be fun. I like the customizable approach, the 3 different styles you can choose. If it was just going to be a generic, like your Mii Fighters, they'd all have the same moves. That would have been just stupid. But the fact that they have the 3 types, and then you can customize your your move sets, and then the fact that they're not playable online is, from what I'm hearing, unless it's just a friend's, like a private match. I don't think it'll cause any problems. Just use them if you want. If you don't, then it's not going to hurt having them there. I may not use it too often. I don't think a lot of people will, but it's something that, it's one of those things. It's not going to hurt having it there, but it's nice for those that want to use it and want to explore that customizable move sets. But Pac-Man, honestly, out of all the ones we've talked about so far, Pac-Man got me the most excited. His reveal trailer was amazing. That nostalgia when they showed, the classic Pac-Man. It was just a yellow circle, and then his mouth came in, and it made that noise. And just, the retro sound effects they have for him, and all his, like he switches to the old style for like his Final Smash, I believe. And his character design was a lot better than I was expecting, because it was rumored he was going to be there. So I wasn't sure how they're going to make it work in a 3D, with a 3D character model, because some of the 3D games he looked kind of stupid, but I'm pretty happy with what they showed. I think he has like red gloves, he has like boots, and it just worked for me. It got me really excited to try him, and might be maybe not the first character I try out of the new ones, but it's going to be probably one of the first 3 characters that I try, and I'm pretty excited for him, actually. So we'll move on next to Mike. What's your feelings on Palutena, the Mii Fighters, and Pac-Man?
I played, I own Kid Icarus Uprising, so I really like Palutena. She's got a nice personality, for a goddess. And I was really happy to see her in the game. I thought her anime style, trailer was awesome. Her powers looked really good. She seems to be like a type of Zelda fighter, like the type of spells that she had. Like how Zelda used to have, the explosion with the control and stuff like that. So I don't think she has that, but she probably has, like the most type natural spells out of all the characters, but she probably has a lot of magical spells. She looks, just really, really solid. With shielding and projectile and smash attacks. I'm really excited to play Palutena. Can't wait, actually. It even made me like download the original Kid Icarus game on the 3DS.
Cool.
Yeah, and then Pac-Man, who else?
The Mii Fighters.
The Mii Fighters, I'm not going to get much use out of them. I don't have too many friends that play Smash Brothers. So, maybe if I have like family over, that we can mess around with the Mii Fighter settings. But for the most part, like you said, it's just there if people want to explore it, if people want to go deep into it, which is nice. But it won't, it won't affect online play or the rest of the game, which is, more than, it stands up on its own merits more than enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, this game looks awesome, all the characters and stages and assist trophies and everything like that. And then Pac-Man actually looks like what he used to look like in the cartoon. I don't know if you ever saw the Pac-Man cartoon with the power pellets and his wife and all stuff like that. So yeah, he looks just like that design. Like you said, his trailer was awesome. I love how they use fruits, like the fruit from the games, and like each one of those items has a different effect. I'm not sure of the specifics right now, but I know that they said in the treehouse that was it the treehouse or was it somewhere else? I'm not sure, but that the fruit that Pac-Man uses is it has different abilities or different effects or whatever. And like I think like one is like a fire fruit. Like remember how the Game and Watch used to have like a one sign and make somebody catch on fire or something like that. I think one of Pac-Man's fruits like probably does that too. And I think they can be thrown and whatnot. But yeah, it's awesome. You know, he's got his final smash. He becomes the classic Pac-Man. Hopefully, everybody else becomes blue. That would be epic. The whole smash is blue, and he goes around chopping them. So yeah, I'm really excited. I was like, oh my god, we've got Pac-Man, Mega Man, Mario, and
Sonic.
Sonic in one game. So like, I was psyched for Pac-Man.
Yeah, that was like I said, that was pretty exciting. And you brought up a good point about the Mii fighters. That would, like, if you actually have like family or people coming over, that might be a good way to get them to try Smash that they can play as themselves. So maybe that's part of the reason they're going to be in the game. So next, let's see, Francis, why don't you go ahead and talk about those three characters?
So we're talking about I guess I'll go with the Mii Fighters first. I don't really have much of an opinion on them. I mean, they're cool, I guess. They're Mii Fighters, and you can customize them and have them over. But yeah, that's probably something for my family. If when my daughter's old enough or something, I don't know. I don't have much of an opinion. Can't use them online for glory or for can't use them online, so I'm just kind of like whatever. So who's the next character? You said Paul Tanner, right?
Yeah.
I haven't used her. I don't think she wasn't playable at either. I think Rosalina might have been. I'm not sure now that I think back, but I didn't use her. But Palutena, she looks kind of cool. But yeah, I played Kid Icarus Uprising. I played the whole thing, and you fight her at that you fight her in the game, and
once she gets possessed.
and yeah, she's okay. She seems cool. I think Kid Icarus fans are definitely going to like using her. And who was the last person?
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. Once again, I don't really have much of a nostalgia, I guess. But I was not the biggest Pac-Man fan when I was a kid. That game pissed me off. So I played it a lot, but that game really pissed me off. I wasn't very good at it, to be honest. So not much nostalgia factor with me there. He does look like he'd be pretty cool, so I'm looking forward to actually using him and seeing his moves. But yeah, overall, I don't have much of anything to say on those characters.
That's fair enough. I'm sure we have more to say on the next two. So let's go to Derek. Why don't you give your thoughts?
All right, Valentina. I haven't followed a lot of any of the Kid Icarus games. Great character design. I like seeing someone that looks a little different, a little more unique. She definitely stands out, but I don't have a lot of a connection to her. Still definitely someone I'll try out. I can't imagine there's going to be many characters I won't try out. I'm pretty much in agreement with everyone here on the Mii Fighters. I do think they're an awesome addition, and I would love to play them. I just wish there was a version of them that could be used online. But, I understand they want to make them customizable. I get why they went the way they did. But the Mii character is a very, it's a Nintendo brand. I'll use that guy in everything. It's us. We are the Mii character. I'm glad they included them. Pac-Man there's a lot of people out there that have been asking for Pac-Man. Message boards everywhere. You see, Pac-Man fans everywhere wanted this guy. I never really cared if he made it in. I'm glad he did. His character design looks cool, and just being the way he is, he's going to have his unique moveset. I think they found a good way to separate him from what Kirby does enough that he's justified being in there. That's all I got.
Okay. Yeah, your mic's still breaking up occasionally. I don't know what's going on there, but I heard what you said, and yeah, I think Pac-Man was definitely one of those characters that I think may not have been in there if it wasn't for the fans asking for him. But I'm excited for him. So that's why we're all different. We're all excited for different things. So let's get Leo's thoughts on those three. Go ahead.
Who were they again?
Palutena, the Mii Fighters, and Pac-Man.
Well, first of all, the Mii fighters, personally, I really don't think that they really were needed. I think they could have just been done without. Could have used that whole character slot and actually could have used them to go online. Now I understand, you want to have a little bit of personalization, but then again, aren't we getting that with the character modifications that can't be taken to full glory, but can be done with our friends or whatever? So why
Hmm.
do we need Mii fighters if we can personalize our own characters our own way? That's how I look at it. I think that it's a waste or whatever. So, and as long as it's like what I'm saying is founded on something and not just like dry hate. But
I think they were looking for a way to differentiate the Wii U version from the 3DS version. That's what they came
well,
up with.
yeah, you know, I think that I I hope they don't say that that's the way that the 3DS and Wii U can communicate back with each other with the two games. I hope that that's not it. Because otherwise, I'm gonna be really upset. But
The 3DS version has Mii Fighters as well,
yeah,
does
yeah,
it?
no. What I'm saying is, whenever it was first announced back in I think it was 2011, that they were working on Smash or whatever, that the 3DS and Wii U would be able to communicate with each other and do something, but they haven't said what it can do. And I hope it's not to just swap Mii fighters and stuff around. I pray not, but
Or at least not just that.
That's what they've said so far. They haven't revealed everything, but that's what they've said is you can transfer customizable characters back and forth. That's the connect. That's the stuff that they've confirmed. But they've also said that there's more. But that's what
okay,
they've already confirmed.
okay, good. Well, anyway, Palutena, I'm just gonna keep it honest. There's like interesting character. Um, Probably looks like a character that my girlfriend would play and probably drop. Let's just be completely honest. She's gonna play with her and drop her. I'll keep y'all posted whenever it happens. I'll tell you. See, I told you so. But um, that's like Kid Icarus Uprising is in the backlog of games that I'm gonna get. It's just not yet because there's other hot titles that I want to get. But it's been out for a while, I know, and I'm gonna after I get through, going through some of my backlog of my 3DS games or whatever and start beating them and stop being so competitive in Pokemon or whatever and chill out for a little bit, maybe I could probably get into other things, whatever, like that. But what was the last? Oh, Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Man, look, Pac-Man wasn't needed. I'm looking at Tekken Tag Tournament. That's made by Namco. I'm looking at Tekken 6. That's made by Namco. Why ain't Jin in the game? Why ain't Jin in the game? I don't want Pac-Man. I want Jin. Give me Jin. Give me Kazuya. That's
Hey,
who I wanted.
there's still a chance.
No, none of those characters are getting.
I'm just kidding.
Oh man, but I mean, I'm probably about the only one hollering out like, "Where are the Tekken characters?" I mean, this
Well,
is a
Tekken
fighting game.
7's coming out, so I think
Not to Wii U.
I know exactly.
But that's exactly why none of them are in there. Like, oh, well, none of those characters are going to be on the Wii U because they're not going to make the Wii U version because the game uses Unreal Engine 4 and Namco's not going to pay for it to get a ported version to the Wii U. So yeah.
Have it Unreal Engine 3 upscale. We don't want all that crap. Whatever. Don't let me get on my soapbox, whatever.
All right.
That'll be
Let's go to the last two characters because I got some other topics I want to talk about. So we got Lucina and Robin. They were just announced. Was it just under 2 weeks ago, I believe? And they look interesting. It was a really cool reveal trailer. They also showed confirmed Captain Falcon, but I really loved the style. And I've said this before. I really wish they would make some kind of animated movie or TV series in that style or the Palutena style. But that aside, just the characters in general. I'll start with Francis. I know Fire Emblem Awakening, one of your favorite games of all time. Why don't you go ahead and talk about Lucina and Robin?
Yeah, Fire Emblem Awakening might end up being my favorite game. I don't know. It's very cool. I'll be brief so we can get through this. Lucina's obviously a clone of Marth. She's an easier version of Marth to use just because her damage as how she outputs it. It's not on the tip of the blade like Marth. So if you like Marth or if you want an easier Marth, there you go. You've got Lucina. As far as Robin goes, very cool. Very cool how he uses his magic. I've watched some of the breakdowns from Game Explain and stuff. I love how they implemented his tombs, because in Fire Emblem Awakening, your magic doesn't last forever. The tombs actually break, and that's kind of the similar thing here with his magic. Whether he's doing his Arc Thunder or his Nosferatu, all of them break. And the cool thing about the Nosferatu, which is the black magic that he uses, it actually heals you. It does look a bit slow, because just because it's a powerful magic, but if you hit them from behind, it actually does more damage. So I'm liking that. I like how they have the Levin sword in there, and the Levin sword's a very unique weapon, because in Fire Emblem Awakening, it's a sword, but it can actually strike lightning like a space away from you, so you don't have to be right next to the character in Awakening. So if they can do some type of thunder strike, maybe they didn't show, that'd be cool with the Levin sword, and it's powerful, it has lightning properties. I like his Arc Thunder, how we can kind of just shoot that across the screen. That looked like it had good damage. And his recovery with the wind. I forgot what the magic's called. Arc Wind, I think, or something like that. It looks really good.
Yeah,
Overall,
he shoots, like, blast up, like, after he recovers. Like, he goes and shoots.
it's really cool. So overall, I'm really happy with Robin, that Robin made it in. I didn't think he would get in there just because he's an Avatar, but that game needs more representation and needed somebody new that's not just a regular swordsman. And I like how they said that, like, in his trailer, he's like, I'm not an ordinary swordsman, And I love that they did that, because he's really not. He's very unique in that game. Like, a lot of people are like amazed with this power that he can do magic and he can wield a sword. So I'm happy.
All right, Mike, why don't you go ahead and give your thoughts on? I'm not sure if you played Fire Emblem or not, but I'm going to guess that you did.
I own it, but I got lost in the downloadable content. There's like so much downloadable content that I just got lost with the story, and I abandoned it.
No!
Yeah.
Oh, I did the same thing. You got to get back to playing it. Oh my God, please play it.
Get back
There were
and
so
beat
many-
that game. That game
there
is
was so-
fucking amazing. I think it's Nintendo's. I mean, it's not a new IP, but it might as well have been a new IP. Brand new characters, brand new characters, brand new game. I mean, it's awesome.
That came out. Like I got into Shin Megami Tensei 4 and older catalogs on my 3DS and then other stuff in life, and I just kind of
Okay, I'll let it's acceptable. I'll give you a pass. So
anyway, Robin, from what I did remember and whatever, I remember playing as Robin. I remember playing as Chrome, whatever. Fire Emblem was a fun game with the tag team, dynamic, how your characters get stronger the more they work together, and things like that. So I like Robin being in Smash Brothers. He's really versatile, because not only can you attack with all different types of spells, but as we saw in the video, you can modify his spells to do either more damage and go farther, or you can go smaller, or go longer and do less damage. And there's 3 levels of his Arc Thunder that we saw in the video. I don't know if they call it different things, maybe Arc Lightning, Arc something, and Arc Thunder. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I know there's 3 different levels of the move he can use of his spells. And like Francis was saying, the tomes eventually they break. So when the tomes break, then you gotta depend on his sword. So he's probably gonna be really challenging to play as, and fun, because you'll never be doing the same thing over and over again. You'll be switching around a lot. And the Nosferatu, it means vampire, and while you're doing damage, you're also absorbing health like a vampire. So he's really cool, really sick. I love his recovery, like I was saying before. It's very unique because it's an attack as well as a recovery, and his moves just look sick, awesome. Lucerina, I was never too big a fan of Marth in the old games. It wasn't my style. I like more of the heavy hitters, which is why I always loved Link. Because Link had those heavy sword slashes, and in the original N64, Link also had the quick attacks. But Marth was just always too light for me. I never enjoyed it. So Lucerina, I won't be playing as her most likely. And I'm kind of disappointed that that she's in the game, because we already have Marth in the game, so why do we need Lucerina? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I've heard some people have been saying that, but That's like Francis says, it might be just a slightly easier character to get into for the Marth players.
maybe.
They,
And
to
then
be honest, they just Lucina's in the game just for pure marketing purposes.
Yep.
That's
yeah,
if you want to be 100%
Yeah, and it's
honest.
another female.
It's another female and Fire Emblem Awakening. And if you guys didn't know, like if you saw the news, like Fire Emblem Awakening sales just like shot up on the eShop after they announced that. So it's pure marketing on Nintendo's point on
right, well,
Nintendo's.
I can't fault them for that then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to get this game. There's just no ifs, ands, or
Haven't
buts.
gotten it yet?
I don't have it. I'm not.
Who
I
was your
do.
last character now?
That was it,
Oh, just Lucina and
Robin.
Robin? Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right, Derek, your mic was kind of cutting out last time. Hopefully it's sounding a little better. Why don't you give your take on Lucina and Robin?
Okay, well, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you sound good.
Okay, you sound good. Hey, so, I told you right away when these characters first came out, I was, and I'm apologizing to everybody here, way too many Fire Emblem reps. But I had to scale back from that and be like, wait a second. They got lots of reps from all of their big franchises. And Fire Emblem is now a huge franchise for them. They deserve all their reps. It's a great game. I love all of them in the series. Lucina being similar to Marth, I'm not upset over this because the Smash Brothers games have historically had characters with doubles. They've all had mirror characters that are just slightly different. If he wants to take that place, perfect, great. I don't have any problem with that. Robin, of course, brings a whole new playstyle in, which everyone here has discussed pretty thoroughly. Who wouldn't be excited to see a character that really just changes up the game a little bit? I mean, a whole new experience for anyone playing as Robin or playing against Robin. Just looking forward. I'm just so excited about it, every bit of it. Characters look great. A great intro trailer introducing these characters. A great franchise. I have to appreciate that's right here.
Yeah, that's well said, man. When I first saw the reveal, I didn't know who the characters were, because I never played the game. So, but now that I'm getting into Brawl and I'm getting pretty decent with Marth, Lucina's now at top of my list of probably my first of the new characters I'll try, pending some other new character reveal that might top her. But I like Marth. I like that style, a little bit quicker, and I felt like I did. Like you said, I was actually competitive against you when I started using Marth, and I'm hoping Lucina's gonna help me, get started with the new Smash. And a character like Robin seems completely like beyond my current skill level to try and learn. And it's interesting what you said that no one's really touched upon is playing against these characters. If you're somebody else, Robin brings a whole new thing to the table, movesets and styles. So it's going to be interesting. I have no problem with the characters being there. I just didn't know who they were when they were announced. But now that I've seen some breakdowns, and now that I'm liking Marth, I'm excited for Lucina, and Robin seems like maybe more of an advanced character for players that are wanting to learn a new style. So there's, like I said earlier, the list is very, other than Lucina being kind of a clone character, they all seem very unique and different, and it's just an interesting mix, and I'm excited for Lucina especially. So Leo, last but not least, give us your thoughts.
Alright, it was Lucina and Robin. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I don't know if any of y'all ever thought about this, but, well, the reason I am so happy about these characters before I even start is because I never played a Fire Emblem until Fire Emblem Awakening. I was staying in the dorms. My roommate was like, man, he's had every single Fire Emblem game since they came to the States, and of course he was introduced because of Melee, and ever since then he's loved it. And he was like, man, we gotta go find it. It's a shortage. It was like you couldn't find them anywhere out here. He got the last final copy at GameStop, and I was like, man, from the way you raving about this game, I bought it on the eShop. The internet was horrible, so it took about an hour and a half to download though, but I got it, put it down. Now picked it back up, and I love it. I love it. I'm on the same level as Francis. I love it so much. Like, I do. Like I'm telling you, it is good. Like I'm about to go back and I'm about to play it again. Um, One thing I will say is that nobody's ever thought about is that since Fire Emblem is a 3DS game and Robin is an avatar, why is it whenever you get this game can't read your save data and bring in your created character from Fire Emblem Awakening as an alternate skin for Robin?
That would be sweet.
I mean, like, honestly, why can't that be done? I mean, like, this is just wishful thinking, but I'm just saying, like, that'd be pretty awesome if they did that. But like the fighting style for him is very unique. I'm not gonna say cheap. He's not broken in any way. I really do think if you play with him and you lose with him, it is your fault. It is definitely not the other player. It is your fault because you didn't know what you were doing with Robin. I mean, like just being completely honest.
Hmm.
Now with Lucina, I gotta beat my chest a little bit because I'm a marketing major. I gotta tell you that I saw it when it was done. I saw it. I know Fire Emblem Awakening's sales or whatever. I know how well it was received over here. Obviously, because it was a shortage over here where I live, and there was like none where you could find it. So like I know for a fact that like Lucina was there just to kind of give us a nod, be like, look, it's selling well. We want it to sell even more. So here you go. And also, not to mention, y'all have been noticing that there are people who have been crying since Melee, I mean, since Brawl, that they wanted somebody like Roy back. Now you have your Roy. You have your Roy, now be quiet. You have your one with the harder hitting damage but slower in all senses. And like y'all should have no more excuses, no more crying. Sakurai is basically just saying, "Are you done now? You finished?"
Wait, did you just say Smash fans no more crying? That's a
No.
That's always
that's
right.
impossible. That's impossible. Smash fans will cry about anything.
This game is the worst competitive game I've ever out of the
Oh
bunch.
my
Give
god!
us, give
Yeah.
us Gino. Give us Gino. We won't be sad.
Okay, the Geno people, those are ones I want to slap first.
All right, so now that we've talked about all the new characters, I wanted to put two things together here. First of all, who else do you think is going to get announced for a new character? I don't know if there's going to be one, two, three more new characters, but those are also some veterans they have yet to confirm. Two of them, which are back from the original game with Ness and Jigglypuff. So we got Falco, Ganondorf, Ice Climbers, Jigglypuff, Lucas, Meta Knight, Ness, Rob, Snake, who isn't coming back. Wario and Wolf have yet to be confirmed.
Are you sure about Snake? Could you
Better not. Better not. So, other than, well, I guess, does anyone think for sure, other than, I mean, Snake's pretty unlikely, maybe Rob too.
Come on.
Any of those
I
that
mean,
you guys feel are just aren't coming back out of the list there?
Lucas isn't coming back. Wario has a slight chance of coming back because he's completely new. He has his own franchise or whatever, so he can be his own rep to his own game. I mean, like, obviously, even his emblem was different. I mean, like, they even treat Yoshi as his own representative because he has his own games now. So I think Wario may come back. I think Wolf has got to come back because you got to show a different spectrum of the Star Fox franchise. You can't just have two good guys. Not to mention, you're not gonna go and you're not gonna improve Falco's moveset to make him different and then take him out. You're not gonna do that. So therefore, Falco's gonna come back as well. Ganondorf, you can't have two pieces of the Triforce and not have the third.
No, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm trying to get through this pretty fast. I want everybody else to speak on it. Lucas ain't coming back. Snake, I mean, like, we've already laughed at that. I mean, like, come on now. That's a whole nother subject. I think
Leo hates Metal Gear.
I don't hate Metal Gear. If anything,
Leo hates Metal Gear.
I don't. I don't hate Metal Gear.
I don't
man.
love it, but I don't hate it.
Look at you, Metal Gear haters.
Hey, all right. I love Metal Gear. I'm looking at Metal Gear Rising. It's entirely too hard for me. Well, it's on hard mode, duh. But anyway,
Let's not get off topic.
I know, I'm not. But I'm just saying, like, just letting y'all know, I love Metal Gear.
So who do you think's not coming back for sure out of that list? Just for sure. Lucas?
Lucas is for sure, because he's a clone of Ness. Um,
And Ness hasn't even been confirmed, but he's an original, so I would think he's...
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, his franchise isn't that big.
Meta Knight may not come back because of the reception he had from Brawl. I think that's Sakurai, because he even admitted that he dropped the ball on that. I think because of that, he's not going to bring back Meta Knight because everybody's just going to start ranting, raving, and crying. And Smash fans will start crying again.
All right, so we'll go, Derek. Do you agree or disagree with what Leo was just saying about who's not coming back?
I can probably agree for the most part. I don't know that Wolf will come back, right or wrong. Ness definitely should come back. Rob, I was not a fan of playing as, but I was really glad he was in there because he just, he's a part of their history, and he was unique. I like seeing their characters they bring in. I like when those characters are like an important franchise or an important part of their history. There should be a character designed after the Power Glove. That would be awesome.
Or the final boss, at least, should be the Power Glove, not just a random hand.
It should have been the Power Glove. I completely missed that one. Snake probably won't come back. I liked him, though. He kind of was pretty unique. So it's a shame when you lose a unique character, but, he kind of was out of place, too. Yeah, that's about all I got.
Okay. Francis, anybody you think for sure is not coming back?
No, I kind of agree with everybody here. I don't really have anything other. Although I do think Snake will come back.
Do you? Okay, you guys heard it here. You heard it here.
I talked to Sakurai and Kojima, and they both agreed that Snake should definitely be in Smash Bros. Because Metal Gear Solid 5 is not coming to the Wii U, so Snake deserves a spot.
Yeah. Is that sarcasm?
Tons of it. Tons of sarcasm.
So, do you think for sure Ness and Jigglypuff?
Yeah, all the original ones are coming back.
Okay, Mike, anything to add to characters that you don't think are coming back?
I hope Jigglypuff doesn't come back. I'm sick of Jigglypuff. Like, in the original game, I felt like Jigglypuff was a surprise character. The second one, Melee should have had another surprise character. We didn't need Jigglypuff back. Because, really, Jigglypuff was so limited.
But he's a used character in the tournament.
Jigglypuff's actually pretty good. You guys ever seen Hungry Box Go to Work?
Yeah,
with Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is actually pretty good.
He's ridiculous.
But anyway, who's not coming back? Lucas isn't coming back because I don't think the Earthbound franchise is big enough to warrant being included in this game. I would say that definitely going to get Ganondorf because Ganondorf, is the villain of the Zelda series. We already got 2 Zelda characters, or 3 actually. Or do we have 4? Is Toon Link in there too?
Toon Link.
Yeah,
Toon Link's in there.
But yeah, he's the other third of the Triforce, so I think he's got to be in there.
Yeah, we're gonna have a villain in there. And Snake. I don't think Snake is gonna be in there. Last time it was like, no, actually, I beat Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2, so I'm not a Metal Gear hater.
Sure.
But last time it was something that happened over a conversation at lunch. They just said, hey, how are you? How are you? Hey, Snake should be in our game. That's how it came about. So I don't think it's going to happen again, sadly. But I would love it to, because I really love playing as Snake and Brawl. I would especially love pressing up on his stage and getting all the character information about whoever he was facing on the level. That was so cool. We would talk to the commander or whatever on the comm frequency. That was so cool. So yeah, I would say not Snake. He's not coming back, and Lucas isn't coming back. You're saying all these other characters are going to come back, but how many more characters can they really fit in the game?
I know. I think they have 36 confirmed so far. So
yeah. So I don't think a lot of the old characters aren't going to come back, but I would definitely expect Ganondorf to be there.
What about? No one mentioned Ice Climbers. Anybody think they're coming back?
No.
Nope.
No. They were in 2 games, I believe.
No, they were only.
They're in Melee for sure. I'm not sure about Brawl because I haven't unlocked them if they're in there.
No, they're in Brawl.
They're already in
Okay.
there. You don't have to unlock them.
Okay. All right. So I agree with you guys. I don't think Rob's coming back. Lucas or Snake, and probably Wolf. But for me, it doesn't. I don't really have an attachment. Ganondorf's the only one for sure I want in there out of the veterans. But let's move on to first of all, who do you realistically think is going to be announced for a new character in the coming weeks, months, and then who would just be a character from any franchise, video games, TV, cartoons, movies, anything that you would love to see in Smash, whether it would fit or not. So go with who you realistically think is going to be announced, and then also who you just love. And Francis got to go, so appreciate you joining us, man. So we'll get you on another podcast in the future, but.
Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. I got to bounce to another one that I said I would do, another podcast, but I really appreciate talking with you guys, and hopefully we can do another one soon.
Okay, man. We'll see you.
Take it easy.
All right.
All right, so let's get back to that. So character you think for sure is going to be announced for a new character, and then I'll start because it's kind of just dropped this on you guys. So a character I think for sure is going to be a new character, and I hope is Bayonetta. With as much talk and much hype as they are for the Bayonetta game, Bayonetta 2 and 1 coming to the Wii U. I think Bayonetta has a realistic chance of being into the game, and I think she would have an interesting moveset with all her witch powers and stuff. Could be really unique, and seems like a good fit for Smash. And then from any other mythology or realm, I would take from the Avatar: The Last Airbender series. I'd love to see Aang and Katara and Sokka in the game. I mean, they wouldn't fit. It's not a Nintendo franchise, but I would just love to have like an airbender and a waterbender, and Sokka and his boomerang. I think for me that would just be awesome. It's never going to happen, but if I could go to Sakurai and he asked me, what do you want to see in this game? Those are some characters that I would throw in there. Maybe even some from the new series Legend of Korra. So now that I've given you guys an example, why don't we go to Leo? Who do you think's got a good chance of being a new character, and then do you have any fantasy dream character that you'd love to see in the game?
I think now that Star Fox Wii U has been announced to be in development, and I think we're gonna probably get to see a little bit more in the future. Maybe maybe not, maybe just like some still screenshots, like some bull shots or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Falco and Wolf are gonna be confirmed together. In the near future, I can almost guarantee that. Like I feel it. Falco and Wolf are gonna be confirmed. Now the person that's like outlandish, that's like probably not going to be in there, but actually when you think about it, has a possible chance because they have the rights to the franchise to make games for it right now, is Goku. Namco Bandai, yes.
That would be amazing. If they could do that, oh my god, that would be beautiful.
Yes, I'm telling you. Do you understand? Of course, Namco Bandai is helping develop this, so therefore they also have the rights to, they can be like, hey, we can put them in the game. I mean, like, y'all putting out a movie in the States or whatever. I mean, it's great marketing to get the word out. Why don't you go ahead and do it? And yeah, I think that with him and I think I don't know whether or not, I don't think you'd want to give him a final smash. It's kind of like Sonic or whatever, where you just do Super Saiyan and be like, hey, who got that from who? 7 Dragon Balls, 7 Chaos Emeralds. But
the giant Kamehameha.
Yes, like it goes like Super Saiyan 3 and Super, well, no, the more iconic one is Super Saiyan 1. Just go Super Saiyan and do giant kind Kamehameha or whatever.
I got it. Final Smash will be the Spirit Bomb, and you kind of like press the buttons to make it absorb more energy. So it depends on how big it will be when it gets dropped.
Hey, now that one would be kind of cool. Like, but
70 use.
That's a good addition to that question too. What do you think their final smash would be? So, why don't you go next, Derek?
Oh shoot. I really feel like I'm caught off guard here with this question.
I know. I should have prepped you guys on that question, let you think about
You
it.
at least put me off the radar. A character that I think will be announced that isn't in any of the other games. I'm not sure. Any character I could think of that I would want in there has been represented, and even beyond that, I think they do a great job representing them. And my fear out of all this is, of course, keeping everything balanced.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're going to do the best they can, and I know they're a great team, and they've done really well in the past. It's just the more characters you add, the more difficult it becomes to keep everyone unique and balanced. It's extremely difficult to structure. That's my only fear out of adding more characters. Now, if you're going to add someone out of any realm, Goku, interesting idea. How about this? And this is my answer to both parts. The Xenosaga series has been doing pretty good on the Wii, and people are really looking forward to the one on the Wii U. So let's see a rep from one of those games. There's been talk about it. I'd like to see someone come in.
Yeah, like
Game
Shulk,
Explained was speculating that it would be Shulk to be introduced instead of Lucina and Captain Falcon and
yeah, a lot of people were predicting Shulk. I'm not sure. I never played Xenoblade Chronicles, so I wasn't familiar with him, but yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying. So you don't have a super fantasy character. Yeah.
I'm not going to nerd it up as much as you and put Katara in.
I do want to say Aang's final smash would definitely be he goes to the Avatar state and summons the what was it, the water spirit, and has that huge from the end of the first season.
That was awesome. Yeah, the rocks fly around in the water, the fire, and like every couple of seconds, the rocks from the water and the fire will be flying out.
Yep.
Everybody.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. At the end of the series when he had all four elements. That was. We don't want the movie represented though. They live action.
Oh!
That's so bad. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. So.
Dragon Ball Evolution, sir?
Yeah.
Never saw it. So. I bet it is though. All right, Mike. Do you have a character that you think for like good chance of being announced for a new character, and then do you have a fantasy character?
When you mean a new character, you mean someone that hasn't been in the game?
Haven't been in Smash yet. That just like all the 11 new characters we talked about already. It'd be new to Smash, a Nintendo franchise, or possibly a third party. What do you have anyone you think's got a good chance other than like pretty much Shulk was everyone in the world's idea. That's what Derek said. So I don't know. There's not too many left. So.
Right. Well, maybe. Well, I definitely think a Xenoblade character is a possibility since everybody was predicting Shulk. So maybe he'll still be in there. Maybe someone from the Shin Megami Tensei series, since it's really popular on the 3DS. One of those characters. As far as anybody else, like, I can't really think of any other franchises that that aren't represented.
Well, some people are speculating Wolf or Falco would be, instead of them, will be that female wolf from the Star Fox Adventures series. I can't remember her name. Crystal, yep.
Yeah, Crystal.
With the staff. But the fact that Palutena has a staff, I mean, some people are thinking she has a good chance. So.
Oh, you know what I would like? I would like. I mean, what actually would make sense would be if they gave us another Mega Man character, maybe like Proto Man or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like Proto Man, make him like a melee character, with mostly sword and melee attacks, and his like, but he can do like a buster shot or whatever, but it's like difficult to do, like he's not a ranged fighter.
You're describing Zero. You know that, right? You're describing Zero, a melee character that has an option of Buster. You're describing Zero.
No, Proto Man has the shield, and Proto Man has. Proto Man didn't have a sword, no?
He did. Sword. He did. Dude, Proto Man was the one who has the shield or whatever, but I'm just like, I'm sitting there laughing. I'm like, bro, you're describing everything that Zero is.
All right, well, Zero, Proto Man, both of them are good for me. I think it'd be cool if Mega Man had another character in there.
Yeah, that'd be cool. What about Fantasy Realm? Just any other
I got a lot of Fantasy Realm. All the characters, not all the characters, but a lot of characters from Mario RPG. Yes, he said he hates. Francis said he hates people that talk about Gino, but I love Gino from the game. So I would
Hmm.
love for Gino to be in there. Mallow would be awesome. Um, and you know Simon Belmont from Castlevania.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Um, he would be awesome to be in there. You know, just franchises that used to be on the NES that migrated away from it. Like like that would be awesome to get those characters back. Um, so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of dream characters that we could get from all different franchises, but
Yeah,
I
I
think
think.
I think Simon Belmont would be like really high on my list there because he would just look awesome, like his chains and his
Yeah, that.
like his weapons, like his crossbow that acted like the axes, the holy water. It would be awesome. Great fit.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Now that you say that, I would really like to see that. But Konami,
I agree.
yeah, Mike brings up probably the best answer, and too
Well, you
bad.
get a weapon too, you know.
Yeah, because you get like that. You could throw that cross and all the other, just kind of like Mega Man. All his different moves would be different. Would be
Yeah,
different completely. So
definitely. His right B would be throw holy water. His down B would be protect himself in a chain for a short amount of time, like how he used to wrap the chain around him.
mhm,
His up B would be like to automatically like grab like an imagine like in the Castlevania series when you chain you swing on
mhm.
those things, like maybe one of those things would disappear and you can grab it and it'll lift him and you can swing. That could be his recovery.
Damn, you should give that idea to Sakurai because you got it all figured out.
Yeah, it's not hard. Simon Belmont's awesome. I mean, if they could do it, that would be great. And if they could do more the Metal Gear franchise and bring in someone else besides Snake, bring in like
Right.
the Psycho Mantis or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's too bad their relations with Konami are just so iffy.
Yeah.
And the fact that Metal Gear 5, Solid 5 is not coming to the Wii U is just. If I was Sakurai in Nintendo, I would have a problem having a Metal Gear character in this game. But well, let's move on. We got a few other things I want to talk about, and it's not really big to me, but it's a big part of Nintendo's plans for success and to increase their revenue is the amiibos. The figurines are launching with Smash Brothers. The Wii U version first, then the 3DS connectivity is going to come early next year. From what they've shown, I don't think it's going to add a ton as far as the gameplay. You custom move sets, and it's almost like a memory card that you could just take over to somebody else's house and download. But it doesn't seem like it's something that's going to be all that useful for the majority of players. But for me, I don't collect a lot of things, but I do appreciate a collectible, and the amiibos for me are just something I'm going to own, keep them in their box. I'll probably open one of them, and I just really like the design, and to see Samus, and if it releases with that reflective shiny gold finish on it, I mean, definitely I got about 5 or 6 that I already want. Don't know what the price is going to be, but how do you guys feel about amiibos? Would you use it in the game, or is it something you'd collect, or just something you're going to completely skip? We'll start with Leo on this one.
All right. Looks like Skylanders. Smells like Skylanders. Looks like Disney Infinity. Smells like Disney Infinity. I have a bad taste of those games in my mouth, but I will
Mhm.
tell you this: it is fantastic marketing, and it's a great way to cash in on people with their, to get like it's gonna be majority kids because obviously that's what they're aiming for with this one. I mean, like there's no hiding it. You don't even have to say it. I
Mhm.
mean, kids like figurines. Kids want to collect all figurines. Parents won't allow that, so they'll get their favorite figurines. So at the end of the day, I know for a fact, though, with that being said, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't get into it. You won't see me having all of them. The only ones that you will see me having are Luigi, number one. Don't care about any of the others.
So I also wanted to mention that in the game Smash, they've had figurines since I'm guessing the 64 version. I know Melee and Brawl do. You collect the figurines, and they made the amiibos even on the base. It looks identical to the actual figurines that people love to collect in the game. So I think it's really smart. And like you said, kids are gonna love it. Adults who are collectors are gonna get into it. There's gonna be people that are gonna have to have every single one that they release for every game. There's just people like that. I know people that have NASCAR, little cars, and they buy every single one in the series. So it's definitely a smart move. I think they'll do a better job than Skylanders and Disney Infinity, where they're going to be obsolete with the next year. I think these figurines Nintendo will find a way to make it so you're not just buying it. There's going to be different versions of Mario. There'll be Mario Kart. There's going to be Mario and Smash, but I think they're not going to try to rape our wallets like some of the other companies. So
Skylanders, then swap. No. Skylanders to Giants to swap for us. Oh man.
Yeah,
I hear you.
And when I went to play Mario Kart 8 at GameStop, Derek showed up with his. Is she 3 years old or? Forget. She's around 3, but all she wanted to do was look at the Disney Infinity. The princesses and stuff that were hanging on the wall.
Oh, yeah, they had the characters there. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, and they're right at her height, so she was looking at everyone, and you didn't get as much time playing Mario Kart because all she cared about was those figurines. So why don't you talk about the amiibos, how they might affect you, and are you gonna use it for the game? Are you gonna use it as a collectible, or are you gonna skip them altogether?
Well, I say this all the time whenever you let Leo talk before me, but I agree with Leo. Really get into. I think it's a great idea. I'm glad to see them doing it. These characters need to be out on the market. It's just odd. You can find Angry Birds everything, but you can find any great Nintendo stuff. If any of these amiibo characters have some real contribution to any of the games, I'll probably pick them up. I'll think of them as like a downloadable content thing where I actually get something physical. I can hold in my hands, poke and touch. I like that stuff. A tangible object that has added content to my game, even better. Like you mentioned my daughter there. I might actually have to get some of these characters just to get her more involved in the Nintendo stuff. It's
a Princess Peach coming in her future.
I would get Princess Peach for the same reason you're going to get Princess Peach,
So, anyone, I forgot, Mike, what's your feelings on amiibos? And I was just going to ask if anyone thinks they'll have any chance of using it for Smash specifically.
Well, we're all going to get one because it's going to come with the game.
That's the rumor is there's going to be one included, which I forgot to mention, which would be a good way to get people interested. And this looks really cool. I gotta get more.
That's like marketing 101. Give them something to make them want more. I'm sure Leo would attest to that, right, Leo?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if I like it, I'm definitely going to try it out. If they give it to me, I'm going to try it. I'm going to see if I like it, and if it's appealing to me, then I'll get it for all my favorite characters. I won't collect all of them, but I'll get it for my favorites. Unless they're not as expensive. If they're like $10 each or something, maybe I won't collect all of them. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to predict that they're going to be between $6 and $9, like probably 7 or 8. That's just my prediction, but so I know you'll at least have the Zelda characters for.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll get the Zelda characters. I'll get any of my favorites, like that. I feel like they're my favorite characters in the game. And if I want to get more, collect them, then I will. If it's cheap.
Yeah, if the quality is like what they showed at E3, if that, like I said, that Samus had like a gold, just really awesome finish on it. If they can get that in the final production version, definitely. That would be nice. If they're really high quality, I think that would go a long way to getting collectors involved. Yeah, for me, I didn't mention this, but Samus for sure, and then I really like Marth. Looks pretty interesting. Like, but there was one that really had me interested, and now Zelda's. Zelda's looks really good. It's just her character model looks great in the game, and I think her amiibo looks great. I'm interested to see what the other ones, if they're going to have third-party characters with the amiibos or not, like Pac-Man and Mega Man, would be interesting to see. But yeah, I think it's a good move. I think it's going to help them bring in some money, what they really need to get back to profitability, and then that's only going to make them more willing to put out more games and do more marketing. So I think it's a good thing for Nintendo. And if you're not interested in it, it doesn't hurt you. You don't have to buy them. Anyone who's listening to this, if you don't like them, it's not hurting you. You just don't have to buy them. So I don't see a downside. I don't think it's going to be a flop. I think it's going to be a huge success. So let's get on to the next thing. It kind of ties into the amiibos and what Derek said. But do you guys foresee any DLC in this game? They've been working on this game for a couple years, putting a lot of time, a lot of money into it. There's a lot of content, a lot of characters. Do you guys see any room for DLC? And if you do, in what form do you think it'll be in? And how much further down the road should they wait to start releasing DLC? So we'll go with Derek first, since we can get his thoughts before Leo, so he doesn't have to agree with Leo.
Thank you. I appreciate that. The same answer I think I had for Mario Kart 8. Now that they really have the ability to add on downloadable content to all these online games, they can patch things, they can add this stuff in. They have a great eShop. It's not that we didn't have these, but I just feel like it's really, a lot better with the Wii U. I would love to see some. And I don't think with Nintendo we have to worry about seeing it announced a month later or 2 months later. I think the Mercedes thing with Mario Kart was, kind of a one-off. But I would love to see some. Give it a while. This game's going to be out for, the lifetime. It's going to be out forever, but it's going to be successful throughout the lifetime of the Wii U and probably beyond, because the other games still sell. So yeah, a couple years down the road, shoot, give us a character pack, or some new stages, a new game mode. They came up with a really cool idea for the 4-player battle on the 3DS that they haven't really announced having one of those for the Wii U. I'd love to see other game modes like that. That's a clever idea. Put that stuff in. I look forward to it.
Yeah, and then if the game's pretty much finalized, the content, they're just bug testing it, so maybe they didn't get a chance to put in a good single-player mode for the Wii U that they could add in. That was the only thing I'd accept to come within a few months. If they didn't get a great like Subspace Emissary or the Adventure mode, or like the Smash Run in the 3DS version, if the Wii U doesn't have that, it'd be disappointing, but they could add that in later on with DLC. But that's the only thing I would expect to see anytime soon. Anything else I think is going to be within a year or later after the game's released. So Mike, why don't you talk about what do you feel their chances of DLC? What type of DLC would you like to for the game to have? Characters, stages, or a game mode?
I feel like they have so much content already that I would find it hard to believe that they would add DLC, just because of how many characters and how much work they put into this game. If they did have DLC, then yeah, I would say more stages should be the top priority. More stages, because there's so much characters. We're not going to get bored of these characters anytime soon. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So focus on the stages, and maybe give us. I wouldn't say new game modes, because I think that's too much work. And it could come off poorly. More like maybe more collectibles in the game. Add like new trophies, add new achievements, things like that, just to giving us a reason to play the story mode.
Mm-hmm.
And keep unlocking things. But the most important thing I feel is definitely more stages. Stages would be amazing. Just keep getting variety. And what they should do is what they started in the Wii, when they had the customizable stages. When they had that in Brawl. In Brawl, you can make your own stages.
Yes, they really did. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So they had that in Brawl. If they could bring that back in the Wii U and really, really focus on it, and make it so you can make your own stages, with a lot of different options, borrowing from all the current stages that they would have, and then you could share it with your friends and have people play on it online. That would be amazing. They should totally do that if they're going to make any improvements to it.
That's a good idea. I'm with you. Leo, What's your thoughts? I mean, and also the amiibos could be a way to introduce a new character. They could have a amiibo that you buy that gives you a new character, which I forgot to mention on my turn. But Leo, what's your thoughts on DLC? Do you want it? Do you think it'll be there?
All right, it's a fighting game. It's being received in the tournament circuit now, and Nintendo has accepted it. It's not none of that, we begging for it. No, Nintendo has accepted that this game is a tournament game, and so since it's that, you're gonna put out this game now. You're gonna wait about a year. You're gonna release some DLC with some new characters, new stages, make it fresh all over again. People keep buying into it. The shelf life stays up, and tournament players that didn't really have a character that had that niche to them. Now you have more of a chance to get a character that has a niche, and then you do it again and again and again. You've seen it with Injustice. You've seen it with Street Fighter. Street Fighter done it horribly because they just keep packaging the same thing over and over. Some people keep complaining on it, but I think the more you kind of like you do it, and you can have like a melee pack or whatever, where like well, honestly, the only person you really want for melee now is Mewtwo. So excuse me, not that, but I mean like like say like some of the people that didn't come back from Brawl, you could have like a pack of that. You could have like a Pokemon pack or something like that. To where like you get that, and then like you can have like an announcement trailer to be like, hey, we're introducing a whole new amiibo, and it'd be like Mewtwo with a Smash symbol on it, and be like, what does this mean or whatever, and then you go to a trailer showing that Mewtwo is gonna be in the game, and he's gonna be for such and such amount of dollars. I think because it's in the pro circuit now, because it is recognized as being in the pro circuit with everybody, you're gonna have to do that, because if you keep having the same game, and I fear for this, I fear that Nintendo has latched on to the new thinking, but may not be fully up on the times. You can't just release a game and then say, hey, we're gonna put it in the pro circuit, and it's gonna be in its life cycle for 10 years, and it's the same game every year. You can't do that. You're gonna have to bring something fresh, bring something new, interesting to it. So not only you're gonna have to cater to your fans, you're gonna have to cater to the tournament players as well, which I think Sakurai is doing. So I don't really have a problem with that. So if people are complaining, oh man, this character's not in the game, just wait. You have to shell out a little bit of money, but just wait. You'll have it.
Yeah, I think I hope they do that for Mario Kart 8 as well. I'd like to see some new tracks coming to freshen that game up a little bit, maybe early next year. Hopefully we'll see that for Smash as well. So with DLC, I also want to address something that we haven't seen much of, and that's patches. Nintendo's very slow. It takes them a long time to put stuff out. Like Derek was saying about the balancing. If something comes up, somebody figures out a way to really be cheap with the character. Do you see Nintendo fast-tracking patches for this game? They have not done it for really any games yet on the Wii U. They put out some. They're usually minor. Like Mario, New Super Mario Bros. Added the Pro Controller support like 10 months later or something. Donkey Kong had a small patch to fix a save glitch or something. But do you guys see and feel that this game's going to need a little bit quicker patching process? They're spending a lot of time bug testing it, and Nintendo games usually don't have a lot of bugs, but when you get online, with balancing being such a concern to a lot of players, do you think that they'll be quicker on patching, and do you think we'll see them more frequently with this game?
I think
go to Mike.
I'm sorry. I just want to say, I think definitely that they will be on top of it, because I can remember two games that were really popular. One was Skyward Sword, and the other one was Pokemon X and Y, and both of them had game-ending glitches, and Nintendo fixed that right away. Despite how they are with their patches or whatever, as soon as those problems came, they fixed them. So I think they're going to be on top of Smash Brothers, because Smash Brothers, it's important to them. They're putting a lot of effort into this. So if they don't stay on top of it, then that's ridiculous. It could be like a fast track, a way to make them fail. Then everything looks like they're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, I think Brawl would have been a lot more accepted if they would have patched some of the characters and made some adjustments. And hopefully this game they'll continue to monitor and not just say it's done like Mario Kart seems to be. I think, who knows, they might be working on something, but it just seems like it's done to them. There's nothing they need to do, even though there are a few issues in that game. So, Derek, what do you feel about patching and stuff, and how that can help balancing, and do you think they'll be up on it like they need to be?
I'm hoping they'll be up on it. You guys can hear me, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. I'm hoping they'll be up on it. Balancing is, this whole game would fall apart if it wasn't balanced. The whole online community would just fall apart. Everybody starts playing one character. Because for Glory, I am so excited for that game mode, but it will be completely pointless if there is some tactic with some character that just is so unreasonably unfair. And if they're not on top of it, it might as well be a game-ending glitch, I believe they will be on top of it because of that reason. But, of course, with their reaction to some of the huge issues we've had with Mario Kart 8, I'm a little worried about it. But, those are not really game-breaking. Those are just some side issues of Mario Kart 8. I'm going to be optimistic.
So we're hoping it's not going to be PlayStation All-Stars. And it takes them a year and a half to put out a patch of 100 fixes when no one's playing the game. But we don't want to talk. That game doesn't deserve to even be brought up in this discussion. So, Leo, how do you feel? You seem to be a little bit more hardcore for fighting games in general. How do the other games handle patching and character balance and stuff? And how do you see that for Smash?
I will say the most recent one is obviously I know whenever I first got Street Fighter 4, it was patches were pretty frequent. I mean, we didn't know Super was coming out. We didn't know Arcade Edition was coming out. But after a while, they got it to where it was like, they finally got everything set. So it took them a while to get it right or whatever. So I think with Nintendo, I think you're gonna have to do the best you can, the best you humanly possibly can, to where like you think you see no errors, and then release the game. And then after releasing the game, you're gonna have to like people are gonna have to just show you exploits, because I mean you only can see what your developers are playing. I mean now you have it out there in the masses. You're gonna people are gonna be doing exploits, and it's going to happen. And because it's going to happen, the people are already ready at the starting blocks, ready to be patching it up. Just tell me what it is, and we'll get right on it. Because even Sakurai said before the tournament started, a mid-tier from last game is now top tier, and the best is Samus. Not Zero Suit, but just Samus is the best character in the game. And I'm sitting there like, are you serious? The balancing is horrible right now in this game. Then I've also heard about the like the resetting of doing like downward smashes or whatever coming from the ground. The resetting is like it's really bad. It sets you up, that needs to be sped up and stuff. But I think all of that's gonna be done. It's gonna have to it's gonna have to hit the market, and we're all gonna have to suffer for a little bit in order for the patches to come. But they will come like rapid fire, and then eventually I think it's gonna be like maybe a yearly patch, kind of like how Street Fighter does it now, because they had a 2012 patch, and now that everything was good, now they have Ultra, now they have a 2014 patch. Which like resets everything, which balances everything, because new characters have now been brought in, which leads me to the whole DLC thing, that every time there's a DLC pack coming out, it's not just going to patch it to where for the game is playable with that character. It's going to patch it to where for everybody else is balanced and either nerfed or buffed to cater to that new character being introduced. So, I mean, that's how it's going to be, and that's how it should be. That's it.
Do you think that Smash Invitational, they got those pro players to play the game? I'm hoping, but do you think they got feedback? Do you think they got some feedback?
Oh yes. That was like basically all in all. Like,
Like a
that
beta.
was yeah, that was protesting. You're getting the best in the world to come play the games with all items on. Now they excel with no items. Why did you make them play with all items on? To see if the items needed work, see if they needed to be nerfed or anything like that.
Hmm.
You got pro hands on the game, and that's your best way of knowing if it is, like a supreme product now, or there any, things. But for the regular consumer, you're just gonna think like, oh man, it's an invitational. But I really do think, and you can't convince me that it was just like getting pro hands that are better than the in-house team to just get this game and dissect it through and through and play, because like they think they had like a day and a half to really dissect it themselves, and then they
Hmm.
had to pick their characters or whatever. So yeah, I that's what's happening. But
All right. So, well, next topic I want to talk about is 3DS versus Wii U version. Um, Derek's the only one here that doesn't currently have a 3DS. I'm guessing, Leo, you're getting it on the 3DS. Mike, he's got his mic muted for right now, so I'll go to Leo. You getting the 3DS version and the Wii U version?
yes, I'm getting both of them because I'm currently trying to still get my homeboy and my girlfriend to get it as well because they don't own Wii U. So I'm just like, bro, how we gonna play
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have it? Because I'm guarantee you, you're not always gonna be at my house. You
He
know
might
what
be. He got that new Smash. He might be.
I mean? Oh man, like, but I know for me, I'm getting it. I'm like a lot of people are saying some of the most craziest stuff if you just looked online or whatever, because the 3DS version is coming out first or whatever. Let's
Hmm.
just be honest, the 3DS version is going to be the nerfed version, and if you release the Wii U version before, which is horrible marketing, if you release the superior version before, the nerfed version will not get any sales, so therefore you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Hmm.
So 3DS has gotta it's a purchase, and it's gonna make you salivate and just hunger for the what's the HD experience like.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's I fell for the trap. It's not even a trap for me. I'm just like, hey Sakurai, I know what you're doing. You want me to jump in this hole? All right, I'm
Yeah.
getting in.
It's almost like they just figured people are gonna buy both. I mean, obviously not all 3DS owners have Wii U, so the 3DS version should sell significantly higher. But I don't think it's a problem. I think it's only they're gonna help each other. That's how I see it, because I'll get the 3DS version if there's an XL bundle with Smash and a unique looking 3DS, maybe with the Smash logo, maybe a black and red or something. I would pick that up. I'd finally I've had the launch version of the 3DS, the small one. So the screen's gonna be too small, I think, for Smash. I think you have to have an XL. Mike, you said you had it pre-ordered for both versions, if I recall from earlier. So I think most of us are gonna both are get them both. I think a lot of Smash fans will. A lot of Wii U owners that have 3DSs. I think most people are gonna buy both versions. So I'm looking forward to having it where I can take it to work and stuff. Because now my lunches, we don't have internet and stuff is good. I get it, but I'm not supposed to, so I try not to get on it as much. So I think having Smash on the 3DS at work, I think that would be a good way to kill the hour that we get that we're supposed to take. So Derek.
The 3DS version has different stages, different
Hmm.
trophies. So they're and it has a different game mode. So they've done enough to separate it from the Wii
Oh
U.
yeah, that's a good point, because Smash Run alone looks, and the stages, some of the stages look better. Like the Pac-Man stage looks better on the 3DS, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, so
Like the Rainbow Road stage in the 3DS or something.
mhm. Yeah, there's gonna be stages in both games that you're gonna wish you had. If you're playing the 3DS version on the go, man, I wish it had this stage. But when you're playing the Wii U, you're gonna be like, man, I wish it had this stage from the 3DS. So it's kind of smart, and probably the game would have been out sooner if they only did the Wii U version. But we'll take it. It's gonna be a big success, no matter what. So Derek, why don't you talk about what it's gonna take to get you into a 3DS and Smash? other than you said if I get it, you might have to. So let's say I'm getting it. Pretty sure I will. How are you feeling about the 3DS version?
Well, honestly, I'm holding out for a bundle because, as you've mentioned, you definitely want to get it on the XL, which is I wouldn't mind getting it on the 2DS if the screen wasn't smaller, but just to save money, that's just the way I am about this stuff. This would be the game that I would finally break down and get a 3DS. Not that there's not any great games out there, and I'm certain I would start buying a ton of games to fill my backlog, which is why I said I'd want to save money because that would be like this huge investment.
Yeah,
Um, if there was a XL that came with Smash for the 3DS, I can't see myself not getting it, and it upsets me that they have that much power over me.
Well, you had that rumor saying that they're planning a new SKU for October, so it lines up.
If I am, or else I'd go jump on the Dream Team bundle or something.
What do you think? What price point of a Smash bundle with an XL would get you in, and what price would scare you away?
They can keep it par with, hopefully they wouldn't raise it. That would be a little absurd.
What was the Link Between Worlds bundle? If I'm correct, Mike, I think that was like 220.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be nice if they could put it right at 200. And
that Dream Team bundle's like what? You can get it for 180 sometimes. I think I've seen it.
169, I think somebody had it recently.
Okay. And I won't force it to be that low, but hopefully it's not like 240 or something. That'd be just absurd.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 220 range. If it's a sweet looking, limited edition XL, like that awesome Link Between Worlds one. Yeah, that would justify the price.
I mean, it was good too because it came with the game.
So real quick, Mike, I've played the XL a few different times. Have you played the original 3DS with the small screen?
Yes, I had the original black one, and then I got a 3DXL. Actually, I still have it somewhere, and I got the 3DXL the blue after that, and then I traded that for I bought the gold one, and then gave the blue away to my cousin.
So do you think the image gets a little bit degraded on the XL? That's kind of my feelings on it. It felt like they should have up-res the screen a little bit, but that's my only concern. The only reason I haven't gotten one yet, really.
I haven't noticed anything. It looks pretty good.
All right. Well, like I said, if they have a sweet bundle, I'll have to get it, transfer my stuff, and then I'll throw my old 3DS on old eBay or something, or see if I know somebody that wants it. But okay, so I want one last question for you guys before we go, and there's been a couple rumors. One was November 21st with an amiibo character, and now there has been Best Buy leaked a release date of October 24th for the GameCube adapter bundle for Smash, and they quickly pulled it down, but a lot of people reported on it. So if October 24th is really the date the Wii U version hits, that's only 2 weeks after the 3DS version. First of all, which release date do you believe is more likely, and how do you think it would be bad to release the Wii U version in October instead of November? I'll go first. The November 21st date is a Friday. They always release games on Friday, so that seems likely. It's my birthday, so I kind of hope that's the day, just for selfish reasons. That would be sweet. That'd be a great birthday gift. So I hope it comes with an amiibo. If it does, I'm going to buy the physical copy. I'm a little worried about the October 24th one. That seemed a little more plausible as far as the source that came from was a little more legit. I won't buy the 3DS version, I should say this, if the Wii U version comes out on the 24th. That would definitely have an impact on me. So what do you guys think? If between those two dates, we'll go to Leo. Would that affect you getting the 3DS version if the Wii U version only came out 2 weeks later? Or
that would be marketing suicide if you release something and then 2 weeks later the superior version of it comes out. I mean, that's dumb. So I mean, I understand that Best Buy made a mess up, but I don't think it is close to that date, but I think the date was wrong. But I like a November date is very plausible to get people, like I say, wanting it. But the November date is very much believable.
Yeah, and
Uh,
that's 1 week before Black Friday too, so that would be crucial
oh,
for.
oh yes, you know what? Now that you told me that, happy birthday when it comes out. I want you to hold out till Black Friday and see if they have any sales, because they are. I mean, just because the mainstream, I have don't just because the mainstream stores don't sell like a new copy, like something that just hit the stores or whatever at a discounted price. Just keep looking around. I found
Hmm.
Pokemon Y last year, and it came out a couple weeks before Black Friday. I found that for $25. That's why I have two versions of Pokemon X, and one of X and one of Y. So I think that that's going to be great. It's going to get Nintendo to lose a little bit of money, but it doesn't even matter because at the end of the day, after Black Friday, Smash is still going to sell, so it doesn't even matter. Um, Happy birthday to you, guy. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, that I'll get it on the 21st. I ain't waiting for a sale, so hopefully, I could always download it but if it comes with an amiibo character, like I said, I'm getting the physical copy. I've been downloading a lot of the games, but Derek, how are you feeling about the release dates, and which one seems more likely to you?
Well, you've killed me again here. I agree with Leo because it would be so ridiculous. I I would love the game to come out quicker, but I would not. Why would I? They would kill. I wouldn't buy the 3DS. I wouldn't buy any of the 3DS games because of that. Because I
Hmm.
would the Wii U version. That said, the source is plausible. But I think the November date's a little more believable, just because it would.
From a
Yeah,
strategic point, it makes more sense.
yeah, absolutely. With the amiibo and a physical copy, I still don't know if I believe that rumor. Not that they haven't done that before, but we've talked about it. I just
Hmm.
don't know if I jump onto it. And maybe part of me doesn't want to believe it because I don't want to own the physical copy of this game because I don't want to be responsible for keeping a disc in my system at all times forever and never want to take it out. It would just kill any reason to ever own another game, you know? I would like
Hmm.
something to always be there on my system. I don't have to worry about a physical copy. That's just the way I am. And if there was an amiibo that came with a physical copy, why would I download it? That's
Hmm. Yeah, they'd
ridiculous.
be killing the download, the digital version, which they actually make a little bit more money off of because they don't have to pay the retailers. So it's interesting. So, Mike, why don't you give your thoughts on the release dates and that rumor about the amiibo character? I guess we could talk. You could talk about that too.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to leave some room in between games. Don't have the games released on top of each other. Uh, you know, Black Friday or Christmas would be the ideal time to release the Wii U version. Because parents are out looking to buy stuff. Like at that time on the holidays, people are looking to buy stuff for their kids. So it's the perfect time to release, something hot new item. As for Amiibo, I definitely think, that I wouldn't have any reason to collect them all if they were digital. Like they have to be, not digital for me to want to collect them all
Hmm.
because I'd rather see them on my shelf than look at them in a gallery. You know,
Hmm.
uh, and the same way though. I mean, if I have my favorite, amiibo, if I have my favorite characters, I'll have amiibos for them. If I really like the amiibos. And I'll probably have those digitally if that's what it would be. But I mean, I much rather would have them physically, so I can put them on my shelf and look at them and slap them on top of the game pad. That's like the part of the charm of it.
Hmm.
Like the gimmick that you can just put it on the gamepad and it automatically registers it, and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I'm thinking of making like a display case out of get some plexiglass and some LEDs and have a little display case in my basement if they turn out the way I'm hoping. So it could be a big deal. I think giving everyone a free one would include it in the game would definitely spark interest because let's say they give you Link, or Zelda, then you feel like, well, I want the other Zelda characters, or they give you Mario, then you're like, man, I want Luigi and Peach, and it could just it would just work, and I think that I really hope to do it. I don't know. I'm 50-50 on if it's actually true or not, but I guess we'll find out and see. And I think November 21st would definitely be the better day. That gives a month and a couple weeks after the 3DS version. That's gonna make me want the 3DS version because I gotta wait a month and a half, so I'm gonna get the 3DS version.
Right.
So yeah, it'd be smart, and if Nintendo also might be a good time, another game to do a bundle with. I talked about this last week on Monday, I believe. Maybe with this new transfer update where you can transfer your stuff to another Wii U, maybe they're preparing for a Smash bundle where you get more than a controller with just a black basic, not a basic, but a premium Wii U, and then you get a controller with some decals. Like, that's not going to entice people that already have a Wii U. I think they need to put some unique something on the system, man. Like I said, Ethernet port would be huge because they really want people to have a wired connection, or include the LAN adapter. Something like that would be great. And
I have a bundle with the bundle that I have ordered is for the GameCube adapter.
Oh yeah.
GameCube remotes. That was $100. I have a pre-sale down on that.
I forgot to. I was going to ask everybody what their plans were for controller options, so I guess we'll do that. So since you have the GameCube adapter and controller bundle, obviously you're going to want to play with the GameCube controller. Is that for you, or is that just to have another controller for somebody else?
It's for me, but I mean, I have other GameCube controllers, so if friends or family come over, it's much more easy to play with those.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully it's the Japanese style model with like the 10-foot cord, and not the U.S. model with the 6-foot cord. That would be a mistake, I think, if they release that old short corded one. So Derek, I know we've talked about this, and I know you're not 100% decided yet. What are you thinking for controller options for the new Smash for Wii U?
Well, I don't know that I'm not 100% decided, which makes this sound even more indecisive. I really like the GameCube controller. It's just perfect for my hand. I think a lot of people out there kind of agree. A lot of people with similar hands to mine, apparently. I know you prefer the Pro controller. It's a little bigger. I like the Pro controller a lot. I could honestly go either way. There's a pretty good chance I'm going to pick up that adapter.
Yeah, because the adapter by itself is $20.
So it just, you've talked me into it. Well done, everybody.
Yeah, because there isn't a bundle with just the adapter and the game for like $70, I think. So you get the adapter $10 cheaper. So I believe I read that. I'm not 100%. So that.
For $100 the game.
Well, that's with the controller, but I think there's one with just the adapter without the controller in the game. But I might be mistaken. But Leo, I have a feeling you're going to be a GameCube guy, but see if you can surprise me here. What are you going to play with?
Well, go ahead and lift your head down in shame, because I'm not surprising you at all. I have 4 GameCube controllers. 2 of them are Wavebirds, so I don't have to worry about the cords at all. Just got to worry about how the weaker the battery strength, more kind of lag time you can get. You really notice it in Smash Brawl or whatever. That like whenever the batteries are like, because it seems like the battery life in a Wavebird lasts way too long, but it gets the lag or whatever. So you got to stay up on that. But if like you said, if there's a bundle that just has just the adapter in the game, I'll be glad to get that. But I mean, other than that, I might just be buying the game and then having to buy the adapter separately. But with that adapter, I really want to say that a lot more games are going to be playable with different controller schemes. Therefore, I was looking at buying another Wii U Pro controller, and now I could wait. I mean, I just want one more, but I mean, now I really could wait if I wanted to. So I mean, because now Nintendo has honestly, maybe 6, 7 controller options for the Wii U. Not even kidding.
Yeah, it's that's a good thing. I think it makes a lot of the pro players happy. But I'm gonna stick to the Pro controller, like Derek said. I think it's one of my favorite controllers of all time as far as ergonomics, and the size is perfect. and I'm looking forward to that. I also have two generic Pro controllers, the Nyko Pro Commanders, and they're actually, really nice controllers. So the GameCube adapter eventually down the road, possibly for local play to get 4 people. I have a Wavebird myself and 2 wired controllers, so that's just more options. It just doesn't hurt to have options, and then Nintendo, they listened, and I think they made the right move, including that adapter, and for potential for GameCube games on the Virtual Console. It just makes sense now with that controller. So
Yeah.
all right, guys, gone on about over 2 hours now. Derek says he's got to go here, so we're gonna wrap it up. It's a great discussion about a great game that I think everyone's looking forward to. I think it's going to be a big seller, and I'm anxious to play you guys and hopefully get my skills up. Mario Kart 8, I was confident, and I'm pretty decent at that game, but Smash is, not my cup of tea as far as my skill level. So looking forward to improving, and hopefully there's some voice chat so Leo can give me some lessons online since you love to teach. So.
So you're going to have tournaments? You're going to have Smash tournaments?
Hopefully there's tournaments. I'll do a Smash tournament. So, you guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for Francis for making it just over halfway through. And, this was a great discussion, and we'll do more as some other games get closer to release, like Hyrule Warriors, Bayonetta, and stuff like that. So, all right, guys, you want to say your final thoughts and goodbyes here, and then we'll wrap this up. I guess Derek, go first.
All right. As usual, I want to wish everyone a safe night. Saturday, so be responsible out there. If you're hanging in playing games, still be responsible. Respect your neighbor and whatnot.
All right. All right, Mike. You go next.
Just really excited for Smash Brothers. So many awesome characters, so many level designs, and assist trophies. Everything's going to be new. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm happy to be here and talk with you guys. And that's pretty much it.
All right, man. You added some good thoughts and opinions to this. Glad you joined us. So, Leo, why don't you say your sayonara?
Well, let everybody know I finally got a camera today, so look out. There will be content coming at least once a week. I'll try to not be lazy and do 2 weeks, whatever. There will definitely be some content coming on the channel. Look out, subscribe to me, whatever. And as always, I'm really excited to just being here. Was looking forward to more than just Francis being here. But I'm just happy just to be in a conversation with the guy or whatever, because he's a really big YouTuber.
So what are you saying? We're just chopped liver? And just
No.
I know what you meant. There was some other people scheduled to be here. They couldn't make it. Their schedules didn't work out. But yeah, there was a couple people I was really excited to hear their thoughts. I've been waiting to get their take on Smash, and they couldn't make it. So I get what you're
3 hours if we'd have did.
I know. It's probably better we only had the less 5 people, because if the 7 or 8 people I invited made it, we'd still be halfway through. So
yeah.
Best. So thanks for joining. You're probably your thoughts stem more from just a fighting game history more than the rest of us. I mean, the rest of us seem to just like Smash and maybe not as big into the other fighting games. So I liked your take on everything, Mike, Derek, all you guys did a great job. Thanks to everyone who's been watching this whole time. Really appreciate that. And we'll see you guys on the next video.